Twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so busking in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, take us that star, Spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow. Oh wait, that's Futurama. Never mind. Oh damn it, Jimmy. I would say have a good day, sir, but you know, do the best you can. Do the best you can. Good morning, Mike Whaley, John Mack, Zimmy, David Olson, Roy Holly, and Ricky Tanner. And I know somewhere out there is Carl Brown, because he was on Discord. Good morning, Joe Paddock. He was too. So we were on Discord earlier this morning, talking about everybody else. We were absolutely talking about folks. No, really weren't. Good morning, Carl Brown. Welcome back. Welcome back to the world of tomorrow. Oh wait, no, that's Futurama again. So, what are we doing today? Anybody even know? Morning, Don. How are you, buddy? Anybody even know? Huh. That's right, David Olson. That's all you can do on days like that. That's all you can do. I know what I'm going to be doing today. I am going to be working on the hypercube, because last night it printed the best vase I have ever printed. No joke. Surf at Tomorrowland. No joke. The best vase I have ever printed was printed on my hypercube yesterday. And then I tried to print several more times after that, and it wouldn't even lay down the first layer correctly. I don't know what the hell is going on with that. Whether it be, you know, my lead screws or whatever that I need to still change. I got to cut those. I'm probably going to do that today. I don't know. I don't know why. One reason is because the bed is on springs, and that the way it's put on that plastic, it still shouldn't matter. I mean, the plastic is rigid. Everything is ready. So, no, we're not, Joe Paddock. No, taking over the world. But anyway, I mean, it should be doing like it's supposed to be doing. Good morning, Alan. How are things down under? We couldn't hear you on the Discord this morning. We were trying. We'll pick on you when you can't talk back, you know. That type of stuff. Good news, I got all my paperwork done for my job. So, all that's done. Now I just got to wait for them to tell me, hey, go piss in a cup here. And then, you know, tell me that my background check is okay. and we'll be good to go. We will. You know, it's really funny though. I got a cousin. His name is Walter L. Gray as well, and he's been to prison a couple times. And sometimes we get confused. You know, he got picked up, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago for selling some marijuana, and it was all over the news, and everybody's like, "Oh, you got picked up for selling pot?" I'm like, "No, it wasn't me." Can't ever get it to work right, huh, Zimmy? Come on. Hey, Bo, what's up, brother? It is afternoon for you. It is not for me. No psychiatric exam. That's correct. I'm hoping not to. And you know what's sad, Carl Browns? They want me to be a mentor. They want me to be a mentor. Can you imagine? Oh, that's all right, Don. You know, it happens. You'll get it fixed one of these days. Your laptop should have a built-in mic, don't it? That's right, Eddie Moser. You are correct. How are you, sir? Hadn't seen you in a while. Shut up, Carl Brown. I don't want to hear you. I'll sick Natasha on you. Been busy? Yeah, buddy. I get you. I get you. Yeah, I've got until the, I don't know if you saw yesterday, but I've got until the 16th to do morning coffee, I guess, because then we'll have to change it to an afternoon thing. Oh, I got you. I got you, Alan. But yeah, the 16th is my first day at work. And we'll probably country fried dinner. Yeah, maybe. You know, I don't know. We're working on that. We're working on the name. I got to get with Robbie Mack about getting a graphic. Yeah, man, dude, I'm happy with that. Danielle Gray, are y'all driving or what? Natasha. No, I don't have to move, man. It's in Tallahassee. And you know, it's really funny because they offered me, you know, a couple $1,000s more than what I said I really needed. So I'm like, sweet. You know, I can't complain. It's not near as much as I was making contracting, but you know what? It's a steady gig. It's not one of those that's going to end in 6 months as far as I know. You know, can't ever tell about anything, you know, these days, of course, but I believe it's going to be a full-time gig. That's true. That's true, Eddie Moser. That's true. That way you can, you know, budget. And you can do things like schedule all these folks on my board over here for interviews for Mondays. Dude, I don't know how she's never seen that show, Carl Brown. You are not a good parent. Just good parents would not let their kids go through life not seeing Rocky and Bullwinkle. Come on, man. Come on. And if I was you, I would wake her up and say, hey, look, you know, we've always told you you were named after this person, but it's actually this person. This is who we named you after. Now go chase moose and squirrel. No, that's true. I mean, you actually have to probably go download it, because even on like Terrarium, it's there, but when you click on it, there's no stream. So you'd have to actually go download it. Oh yeah, I'm sure you did, Eddie Moser. I'm sure you did. But you're quite a few years younger than me. See, Full House was my wife watched Full House. Oh yeah, and not the movies either, David. The TV show. You know, I can't believe that they redid Mr. Peabody and Sherman, which was just a kickoff of the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. So, you know, I can't believe they redid a movie of that, which failed miserably, by the way, and haven't done a new Rocky and Bullwinkle. Because, you know, just for nostalgia's sake. Joe's excited to go to Venice Beach. I bet she is. When are y'all expecting to be at Venice Beach, Lorenzo? That's right, Tanner. Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. Rah, and it's a lion. It wasn't ever a damn rabbit. Ever. I don't think he ever got a rabbit out of his hat. I'd have to go back and watch. Because I do have them all. I do. Probably takes y'all a while to get to Venice Beach, don't it, Lorenzo? I think y'all will like it. It's pretty cool. Morning, Minnesota Maker, Brian Vines. Oh God, y'all watch out! That Brian Vines guy's back in here. Yeah, no, I know. I understand. Really? No, you got more than 5 hours left. I was talking actual time to get to Venice Beach, not journey time. I'll message you on Facebook. I'll do that right now. The King of Puns has entered the room. Well, him and James have a, they give each other a run for their money when it comes to King of Puns. Which they think are so punny. And, a lot of times it's just not. It's just not funny. It just comes across as being dad jokes. Hey, like my new shirt. I got this. This was some swag from Earth. I don't know. I was happy to get it because I was kind of bummed that I didn't get one with my printer, and the lady said something about pre-order or something like that. You only got those if you pre-ordered. So no, they weren't selling them. Shane from Prusa, it was the gift that Shane from Prusa gave me. That and a box of parts. Well, there you go, Brian Vines. You are correct. I think they said they've got the lead time down to 2 weeks. Is what he said. That's okay. That's okay. No, you're good, Brian. I mean, Carl, you're good. He gave me a box of parts, and I've got a Slice Engineering shirt. The problem is that the Slice Engineering guys thought that everybody was in good shape like them. So, no, we ordered it, Eddie. Chris Riley and I both ordered it on the same day. The MMU is scheduled to ship in July. Scheduled like before. I will tell you, and hopefully that video will go out today. I've got to upload it yet. But during my interview with Shane, no, we didn't get the MMUs yet. No, we did not. We did not get the MMUs yet. Shane put out a video of him putting it in a bag and then flipping me off, and people thought he was giving it to me. I did not. No, we have not gotten our MMUs. Right, there you go. That's it. No, he told me he was going to do that because I was pestering him the whole time. And it's really funny because if Shane could have, he probably would have. But the problem is there's only 3 of them in existence right now, and he would really lose his job over it. And I don't expect no shit like that. Come on. Well, yes I do. Shane, quit your job and give me that MMU right now. But yeah. The Tesla of 3D printers. Yeah. Well, I will tell you this, Eddie Moser, after I thought about that, okay? My only question is, can you make it work on anything other than a Prusa printer? I know that they say it's being made for the 2.5 and the 3, so it will work on a 1 Rambo, on a mini Rambo, which is not an 1. So, but the firmware to make it work, that's the issue. But I actually like the compactness of it better than the pallet. And if you can get it to work with something else, albeit because it's really cool. I mean, the compactness of this machine and the way that it works. Okay, everybody was wondering how they were going to cut the filament off. Yeah, that may be true, Eddie, and that's what's yet to be seen. But I'm pretty sure once it gets in the wild, because the firmware is open source, so I'm pretty sure that when it gets in the wild, I'm pretty sure somebody will pull that part of the firmware out. That's an absolute fact because of the design. With what's there, I don't see why you couldn't scale it up to 10 or 12 colors. All you would need would be longer lead screws and more bearings and hob gears. That's all you would need. And then, write the firmware to say, hey, we're doing this, So, yeah, I could see it scaling up immensely. I mean, shit, you want to do 20 color prints, do 20 color prints, just a little bit of firmware changes and see what the limitations are. Maybe you can put a variable in the firmware instead of hard coding it. But I do know that you can go. Yeah, see, there's only 3 steppers on the MMU. There's one to move the head back and forth. There's one to roll the hob gears, and then there's one to move roll the bearing rollers. So there's only 3. There's 2 to run these rods, and then 1 to run the head back and forth, and that's it. So with 3, I mean, it's pretty cool. Oh, go ahead, Eddie. That's fine. I mean, if Zimmy wants to pay $800 for a color changing machine, then that's cool. And you can also, and it's in my interview, and I hate to say anything about it. Okay, here's the thing. I looked at how they plug it in. I'll get to that, David. Hold on. I looked at how they plug it in, and it's one plug and then the power. So, yeah, because for $300 you can get the MMU 2. And here, the way that they're going to do that, because the pallet, it fuses the filament together. Well, the MMU 2 does not. It completely retracts the filament. Well, and as everybody knows, you get the little bulb on top of the filament, right? So what this has is a sensor, so that if it detects, so I'm assuming that it's using like 2130s or TMC drivers, if it detects when it pulls the filament back, if it gets jammed, it detects that the head that actually moves over has a blade on it, so it will go over and slice that off to allow it to pull on down and cut it smooth off with the thing. So that's a really cool feature, that they were having so many jams with MMU 1, so I think it's a really, really cool thing they're going to do. I really do. I am so excited to get it. The problem is, then you have to find, you fixed the jam issue so far, but then you have to find the models to print in multicolor. No, I get you, Eddie. Well, Chris and I were on a stream. I can't even remember what we were doing. Or I was streaming, and Chris goes, if you buy the MMU, I'll buy one, and we'll put them on together. We'll hook them up and get them running together. I said, okay. So I got on right then and ordered one. Of course, I had a job and had money. So Well, it's not that he uses a stepper. The head that moves back and forth will have the blade on it. Cool. Well, and that's a good question, Justin 3D. And good morning, by the way. Well, Carl Brown, that may be so, but, you know, it's going to take that innovation to do that. Danielle, I got your message. Yeah, it's already in the design. That's correct. It's not an extra stepper motor. That stepper motor is used to move the head back and forth. And you will be able to change modes on this too. You can do single color mode where it only uses one, or you can do multi same color. That's right, Eddie. You are correct. So you can also, all those little rolls of filament that you have, you can actually put in there back to back. That's another mode that was talked about. So you won't have to worry about splicing filament. Yeah, and that's me. That's me exactly. That's one thing that is needed in this community. You know, and I actually talked to the pallet guys. I'm like, look, you already have the friggin' technology. And I did. I told them, I said, look, this was my exact words. I said, you have the technology. Take that, change it from a 5-color system to a we'll fuse this into one roll. Hold on. And just make it $150. Put a little re-spooler on the end so that you can hook your spool up over here and let people feed filament in the end to fuse together. And sell it for $150. You could finance all the rest of your fucking research and development. Oops, said that on there. You can research all of your other research and development with that. Just that. You already have that technology. Just do it. I mean, you've got it already in your machine. Your software's already done it. It would take nothing, hardly anything, for you to do that. You know? It would. That's what I was saying. It would sell so quickly. And they're the closest to having it done. I just don't think it would take them that long to actually come up with that machine. So, that's what I told him. I straight up told him that. Maybe I can get away with one F-bomb. Sorry about that, by the way. And it may be built into their firmware, but it's still, you know, $600 and whatever dollars or $800, you know. There you go, Eddie. 2 inputs. Run the first one through there. Re-spool it on. And when it gets to the fusing stage, fuse it together and continue. And not only that, think of the friggin' color changes that you could make out of your filament. You'd have so many custom 3D prints. It would be awesome. You know. It would just be awesome. That's correct, Eddie. You could splice all your samples together. Cool, Don. Morning, Jeff Slater. How are you, buddy? J.R. Slater's in the house. But that was my idea, and I sit there and I pitched it to the guys at the pallet thing, and he was just looking down his nose at me like, sure, yeah. I'm like, well, you know. Somebody takes your crap apart and makes one and then makes $1 million doing it. You know. Everybody's looking for something like that. What's up, Mitch? I hear you, Jeff. That's right. Well, and you know, sending them an email, that would be great, but you know, I've got a video here and I talked to the guy. I mean, you know, if they come out with it, I'll say, hey, that was my idea. That's it. I don't care. This is not a patent pending talk show or anything. I'm not looking to get any money off of them. Just friggin' make it so I can buy one. So I can have one. I don't have the funds nor the wherewithal to sit down and develop the whole damn thing. And like I said, they've already got a fusing hot end and all that stuff. They've already got that stuff. It would take nothing for them to do that. Well, I say nothing. It would take a bit, but not near what it would take somebody just starting. You know, if I could get the guys from Slice Engineering to look at that for like 2 minutes, yeah, they could fund the rest of their hot end stuff, because their friggin' hot end rocks now. I will tell you that. That's what I'm saying, Colin. I'm sure they hear that all the time. But they want to sell an $800 machine because it already does that. So, it doesn't do what I'm talking about doing. Because I could get rid of all these spools that are laying around that's got, 3 meters of filament on them, and put it all on one spool. And then load it into the printer and have color change or all the same color or whatever. Anyway, all these sample rolls that are laid up here. I don't even know where the hell I laid them. They're here somewhere. They're in the bag, back in the bag. Just what you need to do. I've got so many filament things I need to try out. I got to get this hypercube finished so I can try all this crap out. What's with the Star Trek models? Well, Eddie, you missed a couple of videos. No, actually, I said when I got to 500 subscribers, I was giving one of these away. And we did the selection show and the one that told you the rules of the game the other day. And it's the Andorian Battlecruiser. Yeah. The Andorian Battlecruiser. These are collectibles, actually. So, and I ordered these and got them in over a 2-year period. And when I first started getting subscribers, I said, you know what? I will give away one Star Trek ship for every 500 subscribers. So, yeah, no, I got you. So, what we did was I created a video. And whoever comments on that video will be in the drawing, because I'm going to use TubeBuddy to draw. I will draw. I will validate that they are a subscriber. And then, no matter where they live in the world, I will ship them the Star Trek ship. If it's legal. Which, it's just a plastic ship. Do I validate parking? No, we'll validate that they are a subscriber, And this is not a grab for, it's a damn Star Trek ship. It's not a grab for subscribers by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a chance for those that are here. Valedictorian? Oh God, Brian Vines. Man, beat you with a wet noodle. I have to mark it as a gift when going outside. Oh, so you don't have to pay the VAT or whatever? Got your CNC power supply. Okay, cool. What type of CNC? You what? Motorhead Mitch, I swear, man. I'm gonna stick you to your build tack sheet. Shaper code. Okay. Never heard of it, but I'm not a CNC guy. That may change once I get a makerspace somewhere around here, but I could just see me throwing sawdust in this room. Just not gonna happen. I actually want a laser cutter before I want a CNC. I want one of those big CO2 lasers that cuts like metal, aluminum and stuff. He's a CNC Moore guy. Oh. See what that looks like. Okay. Not a very big machine, but you know, I don't know anything. I don't do CNC, so I know what they can do. I can mill a AR-15 lower receiver out of it. I can do that. Take a block of aluminum and make my own AR-15 lower. You know, somebody, I think it was Chris said last night that it's against federal law to 3D print a pistol. No, it's not. You can manufacture weapons for yourself. I don't know who told him that. You can actually make a gun for yourself. Don't have to have a serial number on it or anything. You just can't sell it. So, print whatever in the hell you want to. Just don't sell them. I don't believe there's a federal law against printing a pistol. Carrying that pistol somewhere it shouldn't be carried, different story. Yeah, that's me, Eddie Moser. I've been looking as well. And don't bring them to trade shows. That's two. Two muzzle loaders? Heck yeah, Zimmy. No, if I do it, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to do lower receivers with automatic sears in them, and you know, because that's where your serial number's at. It's on your lower receiver. Yeah, I bet. I will say on the sensor front for the Hypercube that the 18 millimeter one that I bought for the A-Net way back when, that's just been laying in my drawer, worked perfectly. I hooked it to 12 volts. It senses at about 5 or 6 millimeters, I guess. And we're all on the ATF watch list. No, we're not. No, we're not. They don't give a crap about you nor I. Believe you me. Not even a little bit. You know, right down the road from where I live at, who wasn't already on it? Right down the road from where I live at is where some of the best silencers in the world are built, are made, are manufactured. And it's down a lonely country road, and you would never know you passed it. And they are some of the best in the world. Used all over the world, as a matter of fact. Right here from my little bitty town. No, it's not Red Jacket. Red Jacket wasn't even close, man. Wasn't even close. You know, I hate that their story ended as it did. I actually enjoyed watching that show. I did. And not because they blew stuff up. I mean, anybody can make tannerite. You can make tannerite. Just buy some aluminum powder off of the, you know, interweb. Some really fine aluminum powder. And then go and get some, you know, some of those heat packs that you add water to. Sprinkle you a little bit of aluminum powder on there and shoot it. Just be way back when you do. Way back. But you knew that already. Because you Googled tannerite a long time ago. Tell you what I did do one time. Made up some tannerite and I put it in a this is still when I smoked cigarettes. I filled a cigarette pack full of it. Okay, now y'all know how big a cigarette pack is, right? We shot that I shot it at what, 200, about 200 yards, maybe 150, and it was leaned up against a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. It blew a hole in the damn plywood that big around. I mean, it obliterated that plywood. Yeah, be careful with that stuff. Oh, no doubt, Colin. No doubt. If I was going to make a receiver for an AR-15, it would definitely be on a CNC mill. And you can do that. You can buy what? You can buy an 85% one, right? And then finish it on a CNC mill, a desktop CNC mill. I mean, doesn't take a whole lot, you know. Cool, Don. Voltage, buck. What are these buck converters? I think is what they call them, right? Isn't that what they call these? The little things that reduce voltage. I gotta have 2 of these today, or tomorrow, or sometime. The 24-volt power supply for the morning Dragon Monk. Buck converters, I think is what they're called. Yeah. It's a switching regulator, also called, it's a step-down converter. It's a buck converter. Step-down converter is a DC to DC power converter which steps down voltage while stepping up current from its input supply to its output load. No, neither did Destiny. Destiny said she wanted to be on the stream this morning too. Hadn't seen her or heard her move either. So, I don't know. Regina may be awake. Her back was hurting her from sitting on that stool last night. So, I don't know. I told her to just lay there and not do anything. Can you print a lower receiver? Sure you can. You absolutely can print a lower receiver. Don't expect to get a whole lot of usage out of it. Even if you print it out of carbon fiber. We actually have some, Carl Brown. That's the sad thing. Dude, don't come here with no nonsense. Who's Cody Wilson? Y'all ready? Got your finger on the button? Hope you do. But anyway, the 24-volt power supply, I want to hook to the Hypercube. And I'll have to step down the fans. So I will be stepping down the fans. I'm going to use one for each fan, I guess. Well, even printed through SLA. Oh, I got you. Test it for 100 rounds. Really? I guess you could. I mean, the thing is, what pressures are there on a lower receiver? A little bit of back pressure every now and again. And then, you know, the springs and stuff like that. I think you would have to reinforce some of the holes if you really wanted to make a working receiver. You could 3D print and then get like brass bushings and epoxy those into your holes for where your pins go through and stuff like that. That might be a viable solution. Wouldn't be 100% 3D printed, but it would be a viable solution for that. Because that's one of the major problems is like in your trigger group and stuff, when stuff is moving, it's wearing that plastic out. And if you could get around that, that might be the trick. So do some brass inserts or something like that. Well, and that may be true. That may be true. Like I said, I'm not going to print one. If I want an AR-15 and, you know, I get my job, I just go to the store and buy one. You know, if they come to get it, I'll be like, I sold that shit. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't got no guns. Easy now. YouTube be all over the channel now. Tanner writing how to print lower receivers. No joke, Mitch. No joke. I get my video banned. But yeah, no, I've never watched it. It's never been an idea that crossed my mind. Now, the milling of aluminum ones has. I actually looked into a desktop CNC 8-9 years ago. Weren't really a thing then. I mean, they were, but they were way expensive. You know, more expensive than I wanted. I just go buy a lower receiver. You know, it just wasn't worth my money. because you could buy a 85% one for like $40, I think at the time. They sold them as paperweights, but it was all military grade aluminum. So I don't really need any more guns. I got enough. I can't shoot but one at a time. Well, maybe two. You know, put one in each hand and shoot. But can't shoot but two at a time. And my wife can't reload but so fast. So I have to say, I am not gonna lie. What was it? What's his name? Aaron Lewis? Yeah, the singer for Stained. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but he went back to his roots. Started singing country like he should. He did that song Country Boy. That's a good song, by the way. Tells the truth. Tells the truth. Okay? I've just been having fun printing ammo boxes. I hear you, Mitch. I need to print boxes, but they need to be functional storage boxes is what I need to be printing. These. And they take forever, and it's just easier to go and buy them for $1 or $2. It really is. A C-beam machine? I have to look at that. I have to look at that for sure. But if I build anything, it's got to be able to cut at least 6 mil aluminum. At least. If I get a CNC machine, it's got to be at least able to cut 6 mil aluminum. That simple. Which I guess if it'll cut aluminum, it'll cut 6 mil because it just has to keep eating it out until it's gone. So it's got to be able to do aluminum. I don't really care about wood. So. Morning, Jen. How are you? Oh, and I didn't even say hey to Matt either. I answered his question, but didn't say hello. Hello, Matt. And Common Sense Human 1114 is new in here. So give them a country club welcome, everybody. Come on, you know how that works. Ain't a whole lot of folks here this morning. It's shut up, Eddie Moser. Brian Vines, you have a great day, sir. Have fun with your family today. And thank you for the country club welcome. But yeah, Eddie, I don't know. You're right. I don't have to worry about that or care about it. Good morning, Matrix. How are you? Jen, you got your honeydew ready for Matt this morning? No, dude, my wife, and I don't know, this not we'll discuss it in Discord. That's not a topic for the channel. Greetings from Canada to my second favorite Canadian. I hear you, Eddie. I hear you. I'm happy with mine as well. No, right? I hear you. It's already 100 degrees. Yeah, y'all are having some kick butt weather. I don't even, let me look. Let me see. I don't think our weather's that bad right now. Now, albeit I do live like right close to the coast, so the breeze here keeps it down. No, it's 80 and 83. So it's 80 degrees and 83% humidity. And I don't know what that equates to a heat index, but it's friggin' sticky outside already. I'm not going outside. Screw that. I'll go outside to check the mail. What's the next big print for the little monster? Well, first off, I got to get the extruder put back on it because, you know, I stole this extruder for the Hypercube because my Chinesium one exploded that we got for the Hypercube. So yeah. That's not a picture I needed, Mitchell. Dang. Jen, that's friggin', that's crazy. I will tell you though, Eddie Moser, I need to print another Terminator. What's my favorite filament currently? Favorite filament or my go-to filament? Now that's the question. That's the question, because sometimes that means different things to different folks. And for what purpose? That's, you know, for prettiness. Final product filament. For just looks, on sheer looks, I would have to say the Polyalchemy elixirs. There you go. That's it. My go-to is 3D Solutech. Now, and Carl Brown can back me up on this. The filamentum, or no, the Polyalchemy is not good for anything structural, because those elixirs are beautiful to look at. Beautiful to look at. But they just don't make strong parts. They're very brittle. They are good to look at. That's dude, the friggin' the gloss and shine on those is fantastic, and you can't really see it up there, and it doesn't do it justice. But the orange and the blue that I have up there is friggin' awesome. But I've got favorites from everywhere. You know, the filamentums, I love the Vertigos, the gray and the Galaxy. I love those. I mean, what's not to love? Where'd it go? It's right there. What's not to love about that? I mean, this gray on the outside and the Galaxy in the middle, or that's gray. The Galaxy is the outline. They're beautiful filaments. But, and then I also like the mine's the other way around. I'm good to sit on, just not great to look at. Anyway, you get me off track, Jeff Slater. The one of my other favorites is the Protopastas. They have some good looking filaments. They really do. I'm still waiting, Tinkers. If you're watching this later, I'm still waiting. Map Row 6. Yes, you're late, you know. I know, right? Just call me Doug. Vaughn! Welcome back from South Africa. It is. Really? Come on. What's your name, Common Sense Human 1114? Because I'm not going to say common sense. Carlos. Okay, I can deal with Carlos. I'll forget it, so remind me, but Carlos it is. Welcome to the Kuntry Klub, Carlos. Glad you joined us. But here's the thing. I love purple, and that Galactic Empire purple that they've made is awesome. But they're supposed to make me. Tinker said he'd have to do it on a Saturday. I want a royal blue with some orange glitter flake in it, and I know you can't really tell because you probably haven't seen all my printers, but I printed some printers and they're all orange and blue. I love my orange and blue, but shut your mouth, Eddie. What's up, biatch? I'm getting there, Matrix Clone. I gave another roll a try, and it's actually printing. It actually is printing. Shut up, Carl Brown. Gator fan much? That's right, Justin 3D. Good morning, by the way. Good morning, John. Who else jumped in here? That was it. Just John. How you fail it? No, that's right. He was thinking about his Razorbacks. They'd make me want to puke too, as sorry as they've been over the last several years. They do, Eddie Moser. I know how it is, buddy. My Gators let me down in the World Series too. My wife, and I wish Red Light was in here and Robbie Mack, because my wife was staying inside the bar watching the game, the last game, that they played in the World Series, and they were just getting their butts handed to them. And morning, Sean, and she was getting mad, slapping the table, and Red Light was like, "Oh my God, all this over baseball?" Just to play switcheroo at Murph. Hey, print one out, make it work, and then tell me how you did. Make it work correctly. Oh, I know. We're getting into football season. Yeah, no, it's getting close, baby. I can feel it. It's like when I lived in Arkansas, you know, cause actually lived in Sulphur Springs, Eddie, and which was north of Gravette, right on the Missouri line. Joe Paddock was bad-mouthing the SEC. That's because he's in a conference that doesn't matter, that nobody cares about. But anyway, we were about my identity. What? But anyway, we would leave to come home, to come visit, and you get to about the midway point of Mississippi, and you can feel it. Well, the thing is, Joe Paddock, really? Can you really say that? Really? I can say that over the last year and a half, maybe they've been down in football. Right, there you go. That's right. But you can get about halfway down Mississippi, and you can feel the salt air. You can feel the air change. You know? There you go, Eddie Moser. That's exactly right. Ask anybody that. Well, now, I can't help that, Joe Paddock. I cannot help that. It's kind of like when Billy Ray Cyrus came out with Achy Breaky Heart. They killed that man's career playing that song. You know? So, that's the same way they do, you know, they ride the tip of whoever's winning. So, I guess if they're talking about your conference, you're good. But yeah, you can feel the air change. No. Oh, wait. Yeah, I remember everybody being on, like, Ohio State's tip, too, for a while there. And they still are. So, yeah, I don't get into, that's all I hear. That's all I hear, Eddie. I don't get into SEC and stuff, bashing and stuff like that. Because if you look at the numbers, and you know, all that matters is last year in college sports. Everybody's all, well, we've got 20 wins. Doesn't matter. Who won last year? Because your team this year is different than last year's team. It's just going to be that way every year. Now, can you get on a run like Alabama and just reload and reload and reload? Sure you can. But you can't do that forever either. You know, Alabama's not going to reload forever. It's just not going to happen. You know what? Nick Saban's going to retire. Oh, no, I didn't say that. Yeah, he's going to retire. And when that happens, oh, later, Carlos. Have a great day. Come back and see us. Come back and see us, buddy. We're here every day. Every day. But yeah, you can't, you know, you can't do it forever. I mean, look at the Seminoles. They did it, you know. Well, the thing is, in the NFL, that should be doable. Longer than in college. Absolutely should be doable longer in college. They're paying those guys to be there. They can be there as long as they're, you know, producing. Can't do that at college. I mean, you look around. If some of these guys were allowed to do their 12th and 13th year of college, which they need to be able to speak correctly, then, oh wait, I said that out loud. My bad. Look at the teams you'd have. I mean, you know, it'd be the NFL all over again. True, Eddie Moser. That's absolutely true. If you watch any of the press conferences, you are absolutely correct. I know I'm right. I will, Zimmy, I will. West to the east. San Diego State University. That's your alma mater, isn't it, David Olson? Because I know nobody talks about it other than people that went there. And I didn't go to University of Florida. I think I've told the story a million times, and of why I became a Gator fan living here in Tallahassee, and when my family was FSU fans. I was an FSU fan until I was 8 years old. So, you know, it is what it is. LBGA gate. I can see that, John. You were the only one that was pushing for a football team, right? You were the only one smart enough to make it onto the football team? And I know we've just turned this into a whole sports hour of talking. I hear you, Matt. You better get out there and help your wife. What you better do, take care of Jen, because she's going to take care of you, believe you me. I know, back to back, both do it. That's right. You do it how I do it, because how I do it is how you do it. That works that way, right? Go Ravens. Hey, you know what? What's his name? The dude that retired. Oh, God dang it. Oh, Ray Lewis. Loved watching him play football, man. Yeah, loved watching him play football for the Ravens, dude. No doubt. Loved it. You know, we've got a boy from our hometown that played football here at the high school. That plays for the Eagles. Just won the Super Bowl. You know, really pissed me off at the high school here. And I've asked the question, have yet to receive an answer. They took down every band picture going back for years out of the high school and put up a nice little corner in honor of that one football player. They didn't remove all the football pictures. Just all of the band and chorus pictures are off of the wall. All right, later, Matt. Have a great day, brother. So that aggravated the crap out of me. That was wrong, Eddie Moser. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm proud of the boy, for sure. You know, if you've ever heard of Nigel Bradham, he went to Wakulla High School. He played here. He played for FSU after that. You know. He's a middle linebacker or something for the Eagles. But, you know, we've got a boy that just got signed by the Chicago Cubs that played baseball here. I hope he does really well. He was at the World Series with Auburn. Not very long ago. So, now don't get me wrong. Some of the band pictures needed to be taken down because they had gotten wet where the roof leaked and stuff like that. That's true. That's true, Eddie Moser. Absolutely. But I don't, you know, I don't see taking down band pictures. And they didn't put the football picture in the place where the band pictures were. So it wasn't that they took them down to make room for his picture. It's just that they took them down and then put up his picture. I'm like, Matrix, have a great day. You hate football? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Rick. Solving the world's problems in college. I skipped that whole section of my life for joining the Army. Carl Brown, I did not know you were a master sergeant in the military. Wish you'd have told me that. Appreciate your service too, sir. I do. Damn. Yeah, right? I wasn't solving crap, dude. I was 17. Didn't care. Yes, Natasha, you're supposed to slap your daddy for me. That's right, Jeff Slater. How about we do this? How about raise your hand if you're a veteran in here? Really? Show of hands. Natalie is here. Thank you. So I got 1, 2. I know Carl Brown's one, even though he's not raising his hand, getting smacked by Natasha. So I only got 3. Good morning, Lee. I asked for a show of hands of veterans, Lee. If you're a veteran, please say I am or not. So that's 3, 4 with me. So 4 veterans in the group. Well, there's only 20 folks watching. So 1/5 of the population in the room is veterans. You know, it's really funny because, you know, I graduated high school early. And I had to wait to go in the military. And I worked at an auto parts store. There's Vaughn London. He was in the military. He's a veteran. Not a U.S. veteran, but a veteran nonetheless. But I should have went to college. Should have. No doubt. But I had these visions of grandeur. And well, that didn't turn out right. So I could have done well if I'd have went to college. But now I would have to say that my life experiences, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Thank God. But yeah, I mean, college is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. I encouraged all of my kids to go to college, even though, you know, I knew some of them wouldn't. But it's not for everybody. You know, my cousin's son, so my second cousin, I guess he would be, he was a straight A student in high school. All he ever talked about was going to college. But when he got out, he went and learned to weld, went to welding school, learned to weld. Now he's making $80,000, $90,000 a year as a 22-year-old welder. He's really good at it. Really good at it, you know. So, I mean, he's making a killing. And he's getting to travel the country and the world doing it. Because he works with a company that does plant shutdowns and stuff like that. So he gets to travel a lot. It's really cool for somebody his age with no wife, no kids, no nothing, you know, to do that. Oh, yeah. You did, Eddie Moser. Actually, that's what they wanted me to do when I got out of the service. Cool, Antonio. The Casa del Wacos is in the house. But that's what they wanted me to do, Eddie, when I got out of the service, was go become an underwater welder. And at the time, I mean, you got to figure this is 93-ish, 94-ish. I think the starting salary was like $87,000. The starting salary. But the life expectancy was 2 years. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. does suck getting old. It does, Antonio. It really does. Especially for Eddie Moser. Why, Don? Nothing wrong with a German woman. Well, I have to push it off because I'm not getting old. I don't know about y'all. Well, there you go. You just stayed in the Army. I get it. You know, I wanted my girlfriend from Germany to come home with me. I didn't want to stay in Germany, but she said no, and I said, okay, see ya. I was 19 at the time. You know, I get it. I understand. In the early 90s, yeah. And that's what I would have done. My whole life would be different now. It would be. Because I'm one of those, I love being married. I don't know about y'all, but I do love being married to my wife. I do. I can't think of anything that I would rather do. I know, right? Especially the ones that have kids. I hear you, Jeff Slater. I hear you. Right, John? I hear you. But yeah, it's you know, life choices. You look back on them and you go, well, if I'd have done this different, or I'd have done this different, then I'd be doing such and such, or I'd be doing. You don't have no idea what those choices would have made. Sweet. I need to lock down my hypercube today. I'm tired of messing with it, and I think that if I do it correctly and I work, it can be one of my go-to printers, because the print quality I got last night out of it on one print was fantastic, and the layers and stuff on this, on the faceless that came off of it, is I mean, it's almost perfectly smooth. You can't even see the damn layers in it. It's perfect. So I'm aggravated because it'll do this, and then it'll do, I don't even know where the heck it went. I had a dragon over here, but it disappeared. And then it'll just do some crap. And it's even same filament, same temperature, same model. I don't get it. So it's beginning to aggravate me. And y'all know me, when I get aggravated, I get aggravated. Having bridging problems. I did that on some of my benchies, and I don't have them. I do have them somewhere. I think they're right there. Yeah. Let me find one. Yeah. See, like right on the front, right there on my benchy, I've got that. But then you turn it around to the, everything else is really good on it, except that one little bridging problem. That little hair right there. And it's just one strand. I mean, it's not even a bunch. And if you look at the roof, and I know I can't show it to you, it's perfect. So it's just like, what? You know? And some of these are just fantastic. I mean, this is off of my printed printer. Yeah. So, I mean, I should definitely be able to get that quality off of my polyalchemy elixir. Speak of the devil, a little bitty sample that Carl gave me. You can't say no to that. Go do it. Go have fun with your woman. She's a lot funner than we are. So, but yeah, no, we've been married 23 years next month, and I love being married to that woman. I do. Cannot tell a lie. We fuss, we fight, we bicker, we argue. But no place I'd rather be. Well, maybe fishing. But yeah, or hunting or somewhere. No. Yeah, ours is 23 and 24, so. And you're not even married. But I do so enjoy it. I really do. Well, Vaughn, she really don't have a lot of choice. Because this is what I'm doing, and if she wants to be involved in what I'm doing, then this is what she's got to be involved in. And she actually does. She actually is starting to enjoy it, I think. Really? Only one argument? No, we've had some knockdown, drag outs. Most of them were alcohol fueled, though. I will say that. We don't ever have any knockdown, drag outs without drinking. Matter of fact, I can't think of any. Your wife tolerates your 3D printing hobby? No, mine's actually learning about it. And it's really cool. She can keep up with the conversations now, and she enjoys that, I think. I think. At least she acts like she does to make me happy. Wish you had a wife? Go get one. They make them. They do. There's a factory down the road. But nope, get this hypercube working today, and we will be off to the races. I've got to get some wire. I've got some short wire somewhere. I don't want to use my motor wires, but I've got some short motor wires in a box somewhere. The short ones that came with the thing. I think that'll work. Make sure you keep the receipts. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I've got to, after the show today, I'm going to get to work on these buck converters and get this all wired up to run the fans at 12 volts while I convert the board to 24 volts. Now, I do have a question for y'all. I do have a question for you guys. What are the downsides of running a 12 volt bed on 24 volts? What are the downsides of that? I mean, I'm not running at 100C forever. I'm not doing major stuff like that. But what are the downsides of it? One-fourth the heat? I figured it would heat faster. Will it not? If you add a resistor to it. .24 volts hooked to a 12 volt power supply bed. I've got a 12 volt bed. I want to hook a 24 volt power supply to that bed. Yeah, that. I mean, I'd run PID tuning on it for the duty cycle stuff, Bo. Shorter bed life. Okay. I can deal with that. Well, I've read different, because I read that I was actually reading about it yesterday or day before, and one guy's been running his for a year. I mean, I'm going to. All right, John, take it easy, buddy. Yeah, I don't know where you set the duty cycles on the Duet. I'd have to check. But I know mini beds are 12 and 24 volts. I understand that. But I think that the 24 volt ones have a higher resistance. So adding a resistor, I'm going to do some research into it, believe me. But I was just looking the other day, and I mean, I can run. I've got a converter here that'll handle, I don't know, 200 amps or something. This little buck converter will handle a lot. So the little buck converter will handle quite a bit of amperage. So I could keep running the bed at 12 volts and run the board at 24. The biggest thing is with the power off resume at 12 volts, it doesn't raise the head off of your print. So at 24 volts, it'll actually raise the head off of the print. And I did a power off resume the other day, and it worked fairly well. Not great, but fairly well. Yeah, no, I would actually solder the resistor to the bed and then solder the wire to the resistor. So I would think that would work, but you know, I don't know. I'm not an electrical engineer. So the resistor would be after the MOSFET. But I just figured somebody had tried it. I mean, 12 volt beds are cheaper than 24 volt ones. Angry Groot coffee print. Cool, man. But yeah, if I could that voltage change may actually help this thing run better too. I don't know. I don't know why it loses where it's at after a print. So when I took the print off of the bed last night, the perfect print that I got, I took it off the bed. I said, okay, home print, and it was 2 millimeters above the bed printing. I have no idea. I don't understand why. I would think, Colin, I would think that would work. It's only 6:18 in the morning because, you know, David Olson, he's an electrical guy. He could probably tell me if that would work, if I brought the resistance to where it needed to be. But you also have to be careful because the resistance needs to be spread over that entire bed surface. So, you know, if I'm just heating up the damn resistor, then it's not doing me any good, effectively. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know I want to do the change just for the power off resume functionality. But if it's not going to work correctly until I get a new bed, then it'll wait. It won't be done today or tomorrow. Should be simple math. Yeah. Yeah. Should be simple math. For you, maybe. Not really for me. I'm not a math guy. Waste of power, though. That's right. Let you do the math. Hold on. Well, I mean, I was looking for, 310 by 310 24 volt beds, and they're just hard to find. They're not hard to find. You just got to get them from Banggood. That's a 120 volt heater. Don't need that. There's a 12 volt CR10 one. Lee, take it easy, buddy. I will, and I know it's a slow show today. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's 4749 from I know I should go to 110 volts. Then I have to put an external MOSFET on it and stuff like that, David. And I don't mind doing that. It's just it's more wiring, more work. Maybe we'll do that on our rail cores, David. We'll do 110 volt beds. But for $47.49, you can get one from Banggood. It's a 310 by 310 large size 250 watt DC 24 volt aluminum heat bed for 3D printer. High thermal conductivity. Oh. Crap, I missed my 1 hour mark. Y'all know how to support the channel. The links are down below. If you like the channel, then click the like button, click the subscribe button, ring the bell. You know the deal. We do have links below to support the channel, though. Y'all know how to do that. TiVo Tornado has one plus several steppers. No, I get you. And like I said, here's one here at AliExpress or whatever this is. Or Banggood. And it's got the plug, the two positives and two negatives. So it actually has two. 720 watts and 30 amps. Dang. Oh, really? I have to check what the resistance is on the bed. What does this 24 volt one have? Doesn't say. Does not say. Yeah, I will. I'm not pulling up Discord right now. I try to keep it closed during the show now because I only got one of my monitors went bad, so I don't have a place to put it, and it gets in my way, so I don't have it up. I will look after the fact. Now, here's an MK3 heated bed on eBay. It's a 12 or 24 volt. And it doesn't say what size. Let me see. What's the size? It still doesn't say the size. No size. Why would you put a heated bed out there with no size on it? That's just dumb. Oh, it's alright, Natasha. He was on it talking this morning. That's all that matters. That's alright. We had to teach our parents how to set the clock on a VCR, so, you know, it's the same thing. If the bed was 1.6 ohms, that's a 24, David Olson. Don't do that. Don't. Just don't. It's okay. We did, Natasha. I mean, it's one of those things. Have a great walk, Bo. Have a great walk. Hope everybody has a great day today, because I'm going to. It's hot outside. I'm going to stay inside. I really don't feel like doing anything, though. My butt's dragging this morning. I don't know why I didn't stay up that daggum late last night. Midnight, 1 o'clock. But I am dragging this morning for sure. And not dragging Monk either, just dragging. We are not experiencing the heat wave that's cracking across the top of the country right now, though, because they are freaking getting hot, very hot for this time of year. You know, I don't get that. All right, let's see. Let's see what's in 3D printing news. What's in the 3D printing news? Anything new today? California researchers 3D print mantis shrimp inspired material. BioLife 4D successfully prints heart tissue patch. That's friggin' awesome. That's right, David. Hot in the summer and cold in the winter. But that's freaking cool right there. The printing a heart tissue patch. That's cool. Let me open that. And they got a whole bunch of other stuff on here. What is the super tough mantis shrimp inspired material? Yeah, I don't know. That just doesn't make any sense to me, but okay for them. Alright. That's freaking awesome. Y'all need to read that. Let me put this link up here. Go read this. Go read this. This is awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Very, very awesome stuff. That's pretty cool. I hope somebody else is streaming today. I'll put them on TV and watch. Probably won't chat much, but I will definitely watch while I'm working on my Hypercube. I think after I get off of here, I need to go back to bed. The way I feel right now, I am dragging that butt, and I don't know why. Felt good when I got up. Now I'm just kind of bad, and I'm drinking coffee. Colin put math on the thing again. Somebody stop him from doing that. It's too early. Don't put math on the thing again. No, don't do that. All right, let's do headlines. And since we're not awake and nobody cares, let's do headlines, because I haven't done headlines in a while. So let's go here first. And let me get the other one up over here. do this one. Alright. Alright, so let's do left and right. Right, no doubt. Let's do left and right. Left first is CNN.com, of course. Living in Trump's golden age, the president celebrates his tax cut, narrowed his list of court nominees, and is keeping U.S. allies in the dark. That is the headline on CNN. The headline on Fox News: it will never happen. Trump slaps down Dems, abolish ICE push, says agents are doing a fantastic job. That's the left, that's the right. Read them both. Make your own path. Right down the middle. Find a center somewhere. Really. You know, because nobody walks that straight and narrow. I mean, it's a meandering path. I agree with this. Oh wait, I agree with that. Oh wait, I agree with that. That's the way it should be. Should not be where you're like, no, it's got to be this way, or no, it doesn't. No, hell it don't. You don't believe me? Ask the ones that lost in the last election. Because it was going to be this way. No, it wasn't. The American people said, nope, we're going to do something different. Now, let's set everybody on their heads and spin them around a bit and see if they can stand up and walk. Yeah, we're still trying to get up, but we're getting there. No politics. No politics. No religion. A little 3D printing and a little stuff thrown in there. And Natasha's going to show us all how to do bilinear equations, or whatever the hell they're called. Something linear equations. That's it. Not bi. Just linear. Well, they could be bi. They swing both ways. No. Linear equations. That's it. Since she said she's ready to do math this early in the morning. I need to know how to do that. Amen, Pastor Gray. Motorhead Mitch is gonna call me a pastor today. That just wouldn't work. I tried my hand at being a youth leader one time at church. Wasn't a youth pastor, but a youth leader. It just don't work. You know. It's too early for me to do math, but you're young. You should be able to do math this early in the morning. Like right off the top of your head. What did you do? Nobody said nothing to you, Mike Whaley. You know, it's really funny because I took the Cult of Country. No, we actually on our way in what was it, North Carolina? The Wesleyan College is in North Carolina. I actually got college credits from there, which is, or you know, whatever they are, Bible college, whatever they are. I have credits from there. You wouldn't know it to talk to me, but I do. Morning, Trolling for Dollars. How are you, my friend? How are you? You just rolled your butt out of bed. I hear you, man. I hear you. For sure. I do. Nope. Mike Whaley, we didn't bring up your name. We weren't talking about naked YouTube video makers. I don't blame you. Shush up, Ricky Tanner. You got that A-net printing yet? Get all your crap. Come on. You should have it up running already. A 600 ohm resistor for the bed. Let me see. I actually happen to have my things right here. There's a 100 ohm. There's a 1 mega ohm. There's a 330 ohm. What are these right here? Hold on. These are 1K. I guess I could do, you know, Couple of 330s and be 660, be close enough. Make that a net sing? What? I missed that. So 660 should be close enough, right, Colin? The one part of the piper that won't fit on the X1. Yeah, I mean, and I'm telling you, once you get all the stability parts on the A-net, that sucker will print nicely. Very nicely. Until the board goes out and you need to buy a new board. Well, then just buy a regular board and put Marlin on it and don't worry about the A-net board. So. Oh, it's my last black wire tie. I used a lot of wire ties making a Hypercube. Don't have the hot. That's not hard. That's a spin and tighten them up in the middle and you're done. That's pretty it. Then screw it back and put the whole hot end back together. Or you're talking about the extruder and all that stuff. Your A-net A6. Alright. Different connector on the thermistor. Just take the old thermistor and split the wires and cut the wires and use the other one. Just twist them together. There's no positive and negative on it, so that should be easy. Yeah. A loony hoony, huh? Buy a loony hoony and get her done. So should I put one on the in and the out, Colin? Or just both of them tied together on one end? I don't know. I don't know shit about this stuff. So I understand Ohm's law and all that stuff, but I don't know nothing about the engineering principles behind how electricity works. Turn on the switch and it goes down a wire and turns on the light. I know how to wire those. Even 3-way and 4-way switches, I understand how to wire. That Batman. Welcome to the Country Club. I don't know. Oh, I got a new subscriber. Everybody tell him, hey, everybody in here, he's broke. Okay? We all broke. A new country zombie. And y'all know the deal. Keep your finger on the button. Yeah, we all broke. Y'all tell him, hey, make him welcome in the country club. Oh dear Lord, I need a comfortable chair is what I mean. A crisper? How about a crimper? I really hope you were talking about one of these for the JST connectors. Because I've got the flat black JST connectors, but I've got a box of white ones somewhere around here that I really need to use. And I don't have any idea where they're at, but I'm going to use these for my dividers. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for telling them welcome. I appreciate that. I really do. Y'all know I do. So if I use the 4-way here, little 4-way right here, and this is my voltage divider, I can just plug it on right there. And then have my 3 wires coming out here that I can connect to my different inputs and outputs that I need. That'll be a lot easier. Then just dial it down to where 12 volts is coming out. and done. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, trolling for dollars. I mean, I would get them from Harbor Freight, but yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. I just think that the heat dissipation would be better if you didn't have them both in line right at the front. You know. Most people don't realize that it flows negative to positive anyway. So. Sounds like my dad is coming to see me. He knows I do this friggin' show till 10 o'clock. Why? I hear you. You better get out there and help her. My dad just drove up too. If he comes in, I'm probably going to cut this one short because he's probably going to need some help or he's giving me money. We'll see. Let me go check. Let me go check what he's doing. Well, he must have just drove further away, and I just don't hear him. Don't put your fingers on the resistors the first time I turn it on. What about any time after that? I'm going to try my best to make it close enough that I don't have to worry about that. But that means I got to take the bed off and bring it in here. Flip it over, desolder the wires, resolder. Damn, bunch of work. I may not do that today. I may do that during the week. I need to spend some time with my wife today, even if it's just sitting around. We've got to clean up the living room a little bit. I need to clean this place up a little bit. Get all this stuff off this table and take this table down. Put my other bench back up. I found a new way to make my thing stay up. Well, no, I get that. If I drop the voltage to 12 volts, then yes, I can do that. But I don't want to. I want to run the 24 volts through there with the resistance that's necessary because it'll heat faster. I need the buck converters for the fans because I'm not buying 24 volt fans to put on it. So, and those are just pass through on the Duet Wi-Fi as far as I know. I may look. They may drop it to 12 volts regardless. You know, I'm not sure. We'll see. We will see what we'll see. The blue pill. But yeah, the JST the connectors and crimpers is an absolute necessity investment if you're going to do 3D printing. Well, if you're going to do DIY 3D printing. Now, if you're just buying kits or you're just buying, ready-made products, then no, you don't really need these. But if you're doing any type of custom work, you need these. It's like extending the wires for the hypercube to rewire it. When I built it, we put all the wires in a jumble, but then I had to extend, my sensor wires by quite a long ways. So, if you're doing any of that stuff, it's just better to have crimpers and just do it right. Do it right the first time, then you don't have to redo it. Yeah, no, I could drop it to 12 volts. The buck converter will handle the amperage, so I'm not worried about that. But that's the reason I want to put 24 volts on it. That and the power resume is to heat the bed up faster. Because as everybody knows, that's the slowest part of 3D printing is heating the bed up. Low battery. That's what I've got. A low battery. I still think we were talking about it last night. I still think it's getting over Earth. Because you run so hard. It's not that you run hard, but you're up the entire show. You know what I mean? You're up, you're positive, you're pushing out good energy the entire show, and then when it's over, you know, all that adrenaline goes away. Trolling for dollars, I thought about it. I really did. If I do the 24 volt, I've got a 12 volt, and I've got MOSFETs that I used on my ANET. I've got several. I've even got relays. So I mean, I could just use a solid state relay and stick on it. But I don't really want all that on the printer. You know what I mean? If I can do it with just a small buck converter and you know, that type of stuff, why would you do that? I mean, I'm looking for options here, but it's 24 volt, and really and truthfully, all I'd have to do is, one, buy new fans that are 12 or 24 volt instead of 12, and buy a 24 volt bed. That's all I'd have to do. They make 24 volt fans, you know. I mean, they're on the Ender, they're on other 24 volt machines, so why not? Nothing wrong with a 120 volt bed. Use a MOSFET for that and run right on. You know, fire it off with the 12 volt signal or 24 volt signal coming from the thing. Well, and I thought about that, Colin. You know, I did. But from what I've been told, 24 volt beds run faster. But, you know, if I'm adding resistors, those resistors will heat up faster, but I don't know that the bed's going to heat any faster. Maybe. We'll have to see. I mean, it's worth a try. It's just soldering 2 friggin' resistors in line, right? If it don't work, take them off, plug in the other power supply, and go about your business. Like I said, it's probably not going to happen today because this place in here is a pigsty. All that needs to come down so I can put the Star Trek ships up there for later consumption. Actually, all doesn't have to come down. I'm pretty sure I can get these up there some way or another. So we'll see. We'll see how all that works. We will definitely see how all that works. I believe I got one somewhere. I gotta figure it out. Well, I think that the 24 volt beds have 2 circuits in them. Yeah, basis for mods and experiments. I get that. You know, it's really funny because I use my plastic printer to try things on. When I want to try, like, to change firmware or something like that, if I want to do something, DIY version of something, that's what I do. I thought that there would be more examples of the duet configuration and stuff for the Hypercube. There just aren't. You know, setting up an inductive sensor on the Hypercube is way more difficult than it should be, for one. Some of the software configuration is very confusing on there. Now, I will say, I have mine backwards from what most people use, I think, with the way that I have mine homing. But from what I understand, you can tell it to, and I don't know how, that's the thing. You can tell it to home in the back left corner and still use the front left corner for your 0, I just don't know how to do that. And that's why I have mirrored prints. If I didn't have it that way, my prints wouldn't be mirrored. So, I am going to go in there and see if I can get it to print good again. Why it's not, I don't know. I really don't know how I lost 2 millimeters. You're right. Chris who? Are you talking about Chris Riley? Well, the problem is Chris Riley is good with Marlin, not Duet, and the, what is it, Repetier firmware. He doesn't do a lot with the firmware that runs on the Duet. I did talk to somebody. Was this PR3D? I forgot. We put the link in the Discord. I was talking to them, and they use Duets on all of their beds, and he offered to help, do whatever I need to do. But it's basically, I would need to get him in a private Google message and just sit there with him while we went through it. So, yeah, I mean, that would be something we'd need to do. That reminds me, I do have to redo those as well. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see where it takes us. We're gonna make some changes to the Hypercube to make it work better. I need to rearrange this. I need to get the TiVo Little Monster printing again. The nozzle's jammed right now, so I gotta clean it out and do it all over again, which is a pain in the a-hole on that thing. So I'm going to do that, get it printing again, and figure out why it wasn't running correctly to begin with. I'm thinking about printing a new maybe not. Maybe I won't. I'll leave this one the way it is. This one actually works really well. This is a really good clone. Um, 3D distributed, is yours on a Hypercube Evo? That's the question. I have a couple of questions because, like my extraction, the instant acceleration on the extruder motor, it's really slow because my retraction is like won't instead of won't. It's won't. So I need to get that worked out. I also need to get why it clumps in certain spots. I don't know why it does that. It doesn't do that on any of my other printers. None of them. Even using some of the same settings, it doesn't do that. So I've got to figure all that out. Because I believe once I get it all figured out, this will be one of my best printing printers. It doesn't really have a choice but to be, because the XY is done with the head and not with the bed. So it's got to be good. It's got to be better. And if I showed you that vase, that's probably one of the strongest vases I've ever seen. Now, I could have already wore out the nozzle, and that may be causing some of my issues on my prints. And I can change the nozzle. I've got plenty of nozzles. So I may do that today as well. Go ahead and change the nozzle, because as y'all know, when I was setting this up, I would run it into the bed and drag it across the bed. So I may have wore that out some, that brass. I've got some nice hardened coated nozzles from E3D that they gave me. I may stick one of those on there and see how that works, because it's a 0.4. It's all I'm going to print it with. And if y'all didn't watch the Prusa 3D video on the different nozzle sizes, you need to go do that. I don't have a link for it right now, but it came out a day or two ago. It was really freaking cool. Oh, no doubt. I absolutely love how it works. I love being able to get on the web interface and do everything that I need to do to it. I love being able to get on the panel and do everything that I need to do to it. Well, other than edit config files. But anyway, we're going to get off of here because I know my dad just pulled up and turned the tractor off. So we're going to get off of here. I'm going to end this. I will get on Discord, but it won't be immediately. So we'll catch you later. Let me run the outro. Remember, treat everybody how you want to be treated. welcome everybody until they give you a reason not to. And I know we're 5 minutes early, but I am going to get off here because this has been dragging anyway. I will see you tomorrow. Look for a video out from me tonight. I've got it edited. I just got to upload it and get it ready to go. So sometime today, later this evening, there will be another video. But we'll see you later. Country Club out.